When tithes and offerings are not enough, adopting solid fundraising principles by Ronnie Mills. Ronnie Mills, JD, is Director of Annual Giving for Adventist Development and Relief Agency, Silver Spring, Maryland, United States. The evolving financial landscape of churches requires a shift from relying just on tithes and offerings to also including more comprehensive fundraising principles and strategies. While tithes and offerings are fundamental, additional financial resources are especially essential as churches seek to undertake substantial community projects that significantly exceed regular church budgets. This article highlights the necessity for adopting additional comprehensive fundraising strategies, as illustrated through the example of the Campion Seventh-day Adventist Church in Loveland, Colorado. We will see how such additional methods can successfully fund large-scale transformative projects. Limitations of traditional church fundraising. Traditionally, churches have relied on tithes and offerings as their primary source of income. Such funds are usually sufficient for operational needs and smaller-scale projects. However, as churches grow and seek to have a greater impact on their communities, the financial demands increase exponentially. Projects such as building renovations, community outreach programs, and service expansions can require millions of dollars, amounts usually not feasible through weekly offerings alone. The Campion Adventist Church's expansion project offers a prime example of why churches may need to explore additional funding sources beyond tithes and offerings. Initially estimated at $250,000 for modest renovations, the project's scope expanded as the vision grew, eventually requiring a budget of $3 million. The project included new Sabbath school classrooms, pastoral offices, and community spaces. The church achieved its ambitious goal without tapping into pre-approved loans, thanks solely to adopting and adhering to solid principles of fundraising. Fundraising principles. The following philanthropic principles adopted by the Campion Adventist Church highlight effective strategies that you can incorporate to obtain increased financial support. Strategic planning. Successful fundraising starts with a solid plan that outlines the project's needs, goals, and timelines. It will serve as a blueprint that guides all fundraising activities and ensures that all team members are aligned with the project's objectives. Such a plan is also a necessity for attracting and maintaining donors, especially major ones. Pastor Michael Getz made it clear to the church that the main purpose of this new building project was to grow the kingdom of God. The new building project was there to help facilitate the mission. However, the new additions to the church facilities were not the mission itself. Leadership buy-in. Successful projects hinge on the active participation of church leaders who inspire and lend credibility to the fundraising efforts. As seen with the Campion Church, 100% of the church board and pastoral team donated to the project. In fact, one pastor donated 3 months' salary to the project. Such acts of sacrifice serve as powerful motivators for both the congregation and external donors. Community engagement. Effective fundraising involves the entire church community. Often, people, including members and boards, hesitate or refuse to get involved in fundraising projects because they only see the fundraising goal and the dreadful thought of having to beg for the needed funds. When they recognize a good plan with all the activities and steps involved, they get a better understanding of how they can participate and what roles they can play. Getz and his team met with church members at their homes to discuss the new building project without doing a hard ask for donations. Engaging such volunteers in the fundraising process personalized the campaign, garnering broader support and fostering a deeper connection with the project. Diverse fundraising tools. Modern fundraising requires a mix of traditional and digital tools, such as direct mail, social media campaigns, face-to-face meetings, and fundraising events. Each tool can reach different segments of the community and appeal to various donor preferences. Transparency and accountability. Donors need to trust that their contributions are being used as intended. Regular updates, transparent reporting, and clear communications about the project's progress and financial activity are essential to grow and maintain donor trust. The Campion Church created a website dedicated to the project, along with other communicative techniques that provided updates. Recognition and stewardship. Recognizing and thanking donors is not just a courtesy, but a crucial part of sustaining long-term relationships. Tailored recognition strategies can ensure that donors feel valued and thus are more likely to contribute to future projects. Fundraising tools. Here are some tools to use while putting together a fundraising project for your church. Fundraising experts. Fundraising expert Jill Anderson met with Getz and the committee. Quote, "She spoke courage and hope into an overwhelming idea, sharing a book on how big God is," end quote. Getz said, reflecting on that pivotal moment. Another major factor was the role of philanthropic services for institutions, or PSI. PSI is a department of the North American Division of Seventh-day Adventists, whose sole purpose is to provide best practices in fundraising support to Adventist entities. Renowned fundraising guru Lilia Wagner, then executive director of PSI, personally visited Campion Church and also met with Getz. Under her direction, PSI provided expert advice on fundraising strategies, underscoring the importance of external support in navigating complex fundraising landscapes. Enhance donor engagement. Effective communication is key to successful fundraising, involving storytelling that connects donors both emotionally and intellectually with the project. Churches must articulate how past projects have succeeded and how new projects will continue to benefit the community, because people give to success and achievable outcomes, not to needs or distress, unless it's a humanitarian project such as the war in Ukraine. Leverage technology in fundraising. Utilizing technology enhances fundraising efficiency and reach. Online platforms and specialized software help manage campaigns, track donations, and engage with a broader audience. Build a culture of philanthropy. Fostering a philanthropic culture involves educating church members on the importance of broad-based giving, aligning it with biblical teachings and the church's mission. Train and empower volunteers. Volunteers are crucial to fundraising success. Proper training in fundraising tactics and communication strategies can maximize their effectiveness and contributions to the campaign. Also, many job descriptions will help them know how they fit in the overall plan and the significance of their role. Multi-year fundraising campaigns. For major projects, multi-year campaigns allow for phased funding, helping manage expectations and sustain donor involvement over longer periods. Monitor and evaluate. Regular assessment of fundraising activities enables churches to adopt strategies that will ensure ongoing effectiveness and donor satisfaction. Cultivate major donors. Developing relationships with major donors through personalized engagement can significantly strengthen fundraising efforts, thus providing substantial financial support. Ensure ethical fundraising practices. Maintaining ethical standards in fundraising reassures donors about the integrity of their contributions and the church's accountability. Foster community partnerships. Collaborations with local businesses and community organizations can extend fundraising reach and effectiveness, creating mutually beneficial outcomes. Today, the business world and communities in general have a greater understanding of the value of faith-based organizations in their community, which has helped many organizations fundraising. Conclusion: expanding the vision. Churches that adopt sound fundraising strategies can achieve their project goals more effectively and sustain their financial health. By adding new financial strategies that expand beyond just tithes and offerings, they can undertake transformational projects that will have a lasting impact on their congregations and communities. Such an approach not only meets the immediate financial needs of new projects, but also fosters a robust culture of community support and engagement, ensuring the church's growth and relevance in an ever-changing world. For bibliographical and biblical references on this article, and for much more content for pastors and church leaders, please visit ministrymagazine.org.